Okay, welcome back. We're getting ready to set the padding, so the contents of the container doesn't bang up against the actual part of the stage. Okay, so our H box guy and our V box guy. So I'm gonna say VB text, and then I'm gonna tell it set padding. Okay, and it uses a new thing called inserts. And so inserts, again, I have to kind of build something here. So I'm just going to say new inset. I can't say that to save my life. Inset, and then I'm going to say 10, okay? Because that means I'm going to build me a brand new inset of 10. So that'll be the spacing on the V-box guy. And let's go do it again over here on the H-box guy. Basically the same thing. Oh, of course, it's never heard of this before in its entire life. And then let's do the H top. Okay, let's go see if that even looks halfway close to what our target is. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so here's what the thing looks like in real life. And here's our current one. That's not bad, right? That is not bad. That's looking pretty doggone good. Cool. I mean, there may be some differences in the text areas and things of that area, but that doesn't matter. So the only thing we really have to do now is put the buttons in. Okay? That kind of makes sense? Okay. So in order to put the buttons in, I need yet another box. Okay? I need a V box. I know, okay? So, V-box. I'm going to call this one V-box main or something because it will end up being the main one that we do. Main is equal to new V-box. And then I'm going to put inside that, I'm going to put the thing we just built. The HB top guy, right? Cool? That makes sense? Right? And then I'm going to do, button 1 and button 2. Okay. BN helps you spell it right. So what do you think? Is this going to do it, or am I going to be missing a step? Well, if you've been paying attention, yeah, we actually missed a step. Because we didn't put the buttons inside a container. So let's go see what they look like. And they're over here, but they're stacked. Oh, you mean if I want to put these in here, I'm going to have to create another layout? Another one? Are you kidding me? Yeah. H box, HB buttons. Is equal to new H box, and it's going to have button 1, button 2, and then I put that H box into here. HB buttons. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's pretty good, but I need some spacing in here, right? And I need to do like an alignment or something in here to talk about where this thing goes. So let's do that. So here we go, HB buttons, and there's one there called set alignment. Set alignment. Remember this guy? And center is exactly what I want. Except now I need to put some spacing in here. I could go here, okay? I could. And just add me a bunch of spacings in this guy. I mean, I could do that. That's not a bad idea. Like here, this V-box guy, maybe put like 10 in here. This has an interesting side effect, but we'll get to in a minute. But what I really want to do is I want to separate the spacing here at the H-box. So what if I said, I don't know, like 30 or something? Okay, make them pretty much far apart. Okay, so let's go see what this does. Ta-da! Okay, cool. Now you see what happens when I put that extra 10 in there? This thing is not quite level anymore, so you could go, I mean, I wasn't going to torture you, by the way. This is exactly what that thing looks like, right? I mean, the only problem here is I need some, like, remember the thing we did with the padding guy? Remember that guy? So let's do that. Let's do some insets to make that thing come out about right. And then we'll practically be done. Okay, so let's go back to this guy. And so right in here, we'll do HB buttons, and we'll do the set padding. And it's going to be a new inset of, I don't know, 10. Does that sound good? That's what we did last time. And seemed to be okay. Oh, dang. And it's insets plural. Okay, one more time. Let's run this. And see if we got a little bit of padding in there around the buttons. Yay! Okay, does that look like this guy? And the answer is, yes, it does. It looks exactly like that guy. Or good enough for government work. Okay, now, this is how it's done. And once again, this is not one of those things where you can say, oh, well, I'll just watch the professor do it on the screen and I'll be good. No, no. You're actually going to have to do this yourself. You're actually going to have to look at the finished product here and try your best to figure out how many of these things are you. For example, I have one grid, 2 H boxes, 2 V boxes, 4 labels, 3 text fields, 2 text areas, and 2 buttons. And with the 2 H boxes and 2 V boxes, it gets a little complex. I mean, this is complex. Okay? I got a V box and a V box, and then I have an H box and an H box, and then I got a grid pane in the middle. There's lots and lots of moving parts to this thing, and you're just going to have to noodle it out. I really think you probably just need to try this and just keep rolling, keep at it until it actually starts to make sense to you. Okay, I think this was a very good drill, and if you were paying attention at all, you may realize that this design is remarkably similar to something that you might need to do soon. Okay, so next I'm going to do a demo of an alternate way of doing controls and layout. Now, this is not part of this course, so if you don't want to pay attention, that's fine. This is a content you're going to get in the advanced course, so come on back and take the advanced version of Java, and we'll talk about this a great deal. But for now, I'm just going to show this thing off. Okay, so here we go. So I need me a brand new project. So I'm going to do a project, and this time I'm going to grab this one with an FXML as my type, and I'm going to call this one Layout 2. Okay, cool. So there's a thing you can download called Scene Builder, and if you download this tool, then afterwards you would go to Options and you would go to JavaFX and have it tell it where the Scene Builder is. Cool. All right. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time trying to do things, but right now there's a primary controller. Okay, great. And then there's this thing called an XML file called FXML. Okay, cool. I'm going to just do a right click and say open on this guy. And it's going to open this thing called a scene builder. Cool. Well, I'm going to stretch this guy a little bigger just because I can't see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to whack the stuff, the content that's in here now. Yeah, fine. And so there's a thing called an anchor pane. And so I'm going to grab an anchor pane and drop him on this surface. Cool. Now, anchor panes are special because they allow you to put things wherever the heck you want. So I'm going to go to the controls. And before we did this inside like a grid and all the rest of that junk, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to grab me a label and I'm going to put it exactly where I want it. And then I'm going to go grab me a text field. And I'm going to go put it exactly... Oh, I grabbed the text area instead. Let me undo that. A text field. And just put it exactly where I want. Oh, isn't that so cool? And go up here and grab a button. And put button exactly where I want it. Cool? Now, I'm even going to show you a little bit of stuff about how this thing actually can help you write the programs part. I'm going to bring up the code part. And anything you want to talk to, you have to give it a name. So I'm going to call this one BN button. Cool. I want to be able to talk to this guy. So I'm going to call this one TF, I don't know, name, something, right? Cool. Cool. And on this button, I'm actually going to tell it that the name of the method I want it to use, even though the method doesn't exist. So I'm going to say on button. Cool. And then I'm going to go here where it says view and say, boom, write this code for me. Okay, cool. Copy. I'm going to go ahead and save this guy. Save the changes that I just made. So save the changes. Go back to my scene builder guy. Go to this primary controller. Again, I'm not explaining what all this stuff means. I'm just going to do a Control V. And I'm going to run this guy. Whoops, as soon as I answer a couple things. Now, it does the event handler for me. It does everything. I mean, I would have to put something in here like an alert box or something. But isn't that pretty cool? Now, again, you're not obligated to do this, not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just showing you this, so this is something you can look forward to if you decide to take the advanced class. Okay, that's the end of this, and I'll see you guys again in some future chapter.